Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today's May 11th, 2021. This is episode 298. Shadow Service we're looking at. This is Vault number 7 at $3.99. And I want to tell you that I bought this by mistake. I thought this was actually issue 1, but as you can see, it's kind of a stylized 7 there. I don't know. I thought it was an italicized 1. Okay, what we got on the cover here is we've got this witch, and we've got Gideon Quill. It's an English-based novel, or I should say comic book, and it takes place sort of in the MI666, so to speak. So it's Secret Service. Turns out she's a witch, she's a spy, and now she's a traitor, as that's how the wording goes. I think that's on the back here. First she's a witch, then she's a spy, and now she's a traitor. And it talks about Gina Myers enters the lion's den as she prepares to defect to the queen of the underworld. Okay. This is not really a recommend. I know I'm coming in the beginning. This is actually, I believe, what is the beginning of the second arc on here. And there's a few things. Let's talk about who worked on it first. We have Kevin Scott. He's the writer. Corin Howell was the artist. Triona Farrell was the colorist. And Anworld Design did the lettering on this. And Kevin Scott, this is his first creator-owned work, and this is for Vault here. So basically, we get like a flashback from 10 years ago, and I really don't like the coloring in this. I see so much of this coloring type, which is just not that exciting to me. It's just kind of blah, and we get a lot of that throughout. The art's okay, but basically Gina starts out 10 years ago. She's about 16. She's stealing cigarettes. She runs out of the place. She uses her powers to steal cigarettes. She talks to a rat, and who ends up being her companion for many years, apparently, for like the next 10 years. Now, as far as Gina Meyer goes as a character, she just can kind of do stuff. She's, of course, an orphan. Her mother has apparently disowned her. I'm not quite sure how that all worked out because she was a witch. But she just knows how to do spells without even being trained or anything or having to consult a book. And this is a big departure from, say, like the Harry Potter stories, where each one of those characters had to learn their own trade, their craft, so to speak. And it didn't just come naturally to them. Sometimes they were able to pick it up really quickly, and then they were called a natural, but they still had to learn the basic things. Whereas Gina here, she just kind of knows how to do it when she needs to know how to do it. It just kind of comes to her all at once. And so there's no hero's journey here. She's just can already do everything. And so I didn't like that she wasn't getting better. She's just moving from event to event to event and getting over it, I guess. She doesn't seem to be improving as a person or anything like that. Just her circumstances change. And we get a shot of this hovel here. There's some Radiohead lyrics in there that were for their hit song before she was even born, but somehow she knows it. I'm not quite sure how all that worked out. Maybe she stole her mother's record collection or CD collection. But in this one, it's 10 years later. She's in Rome. She's being moved to a safe house. This is Gideon Quill. I don't know if there's going to be some kind of romantic involvement. There he is here. And we don't actually see this scene in the book. We do see her in that dress and him in that suit. But there's no kind of weird monster like that, and he's definitely not firing a gun. So he's able to put contact lenses in here that makes him able to see if there's something supernatural in the room. And of course, he looks at the telephone and he sees a bug, but it's like a real bug. It's not just a fake bug. So she's able to kill it. And he gives her a pair of these contact lenses for her own to use. And so she says she feels more like a spy now. Then we have this flashback where they're trying to figure out, this is back 10 years ago, who Gina's mother was. They're trying to figure out where she got her powers from. If it wasn't from her mother, maybe it was from somewhere else. So apparently they visit a graveyard. She's able to summon her mother from the grave and comes crawling out and just said, I wish you were never born. And then all these other cadavers start coming out, and she uses a spell to catch them all on fire. And as her mother's heading for her, the mother's dissolving. And suddenly Gideon Quill comes running through shooting all these, I don't know. And then they go back to their safe house. They get clothes to go to a party to meet somebody. And this is when she first uses her special contact lenses so she can see the supernatural things that are going on. And once she has it activated, you can see everybody's kind of weird looking. They're kind of at some strip club. I'm not sure what's going on. And as soon as they make their contact, Gideon pulls out a knife and stabs her. And but it turns out it's a decoy. It was actually, this is the person they wanted to take down, and she's holding Edwin, the pet rat that was Gina's accomplice for the last 10 years, and says that the rat has betrayed her. Now, I kind of doubt that's what happened, but, well, you know, next issue is called Betrayal. I can't recommend this. It's just a little, there just wasn't any growth. It's just, like I said, going from one event to another, not really learning. It was kind of empty to me. But that said, let's see what else Vault's got going on. You know, they're good at horror and supernatural, and I'm reading Vampire, the Masquerade, and that's been excellent. I'll be doing that review up next. The Vault, the Dawn of the New Era of Terror is called Nightfall, is featuring the autumnal Black Stars Above. The plot, I Walk with Monsters, the picture of everything else. So I'm not quite sure if that's an anthology or what. Looks like there's a number of people working on it. It's hard for me to read that. Then we have Black Stars Above. This is a trade paperback, complete series. The plot, oh, maybe this is all the trades that are coming out. Collects 1 through 4. I get it. I Walk with Monsters, a new series. The picture of everything else, Dan Waters on this one. I'm reading something by him, but I can't remember what it was. And then the next issue for Shadow Service, we get this one here. So that's the cover. There you go. Can't give it a recommend. Can't give it the Indie Comics Jones Good Excavating seal of approval. But I do have one more Vault comic to review. I'll do that tomorrow morning. And that is definitely getting a Good Excavating seal of approval. Here, look at this cover. That is awesome. Awesome cover for this. I've been loving this series. Tim Seeley is doing a real nice job. Teeny and Blake Howard are doing the backup story on it, and it is really good as well. So thank you for stopping by. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.